Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today I'm really excited, guys. This is kind of like the highlight of my day. I fell asleep on my couch and I woke up to this email and it's like, hey, new character incoming. And I'm like, new character, what? Oh my gosh, I'm still half asleep, what's going on? And I open up the email and it's like, boom! Enfys Nest. Now, I'm really excited to show this character because it really is going to be a fun character to play, and I think that that's right, Enfys Nest is she, but you can think of her, or you can think of this character as kind of like the Dread Pirate Roberts of the new Star Wars universe. She is a scoundrel, she is an attacker, she is a light side scoundrel. Now, her initial thing reads, powerhouse attacker. Now that is an understatement. She is a powerhouse to be sure. That stacks protection when attacked, then dismantles enemy defenses and dispels turn meter manipulation. Now I will say that for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet, she really is an interesting character. I won't spoil anything in this video for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet. Definitely an interesting character, and I'm curious to know if they pursue her as a character, what will her story look like? Now, her basic attack is called Cut Through, deals physical damage to target enemy and exposes them for 1 turn. If the target had any defensive buffs, it dispels them, and this attack cannot be evaded. So we've got an automatic attack that cannot be evaded. So it's very nice. I think that's going to be very effective. Her first special ability is called Sudden Impact. It has a 3-turn cooldown, deals physical damage to target enemy, and stuns them for 1 turn, and inflict buff immunity for 3 turns. If the target had any protection, this attack deals 50% more damage and ignores armor. I think that alone is going to be very beneficial in a number of sections in a number of different raids. I don't think alone she's going to be something that's going to change how we play different raids, but I like the fact that if they have protection, it's going to ignore that armor. And I think specifically against maybe Traya, against maybe Darth Nihilus, definitely an ability that's going to do some real damage. The next ability is called Untitled Charge. It has a 4-turn cooldown, and it deals physical damage to all enemies, so we have another AoE effect. Daze them for 2 turns, remove 20% turn meter for each enemy that had full health, and gains 40% turn meter for each enemy with less than full health. So this is going to, stack pretty fast. It's going to make her go often. Now, this attack can't be countered or evaded, which is really nice. I like that a lot. I like anything that can't be countered or evaded. But since you are going up against 4 enemies, you're going to daze them, which is nice. You're going to remove 20% turn meter from each one that had full health, and if not, gain 40% turn meter for each with less than full health. So I mean, she's going to go often. So after this, it's going to essentially be another immediate attack. And that's really cool. Now, her unique ability, Fighting Instinct, it reads, Nest has an 80% counter chance and ignores taunt during her turn. So if it's not during her turn, she won't ignore the taunt, which does kind of suck. But still, not bad, right? I mean, that's, you're still at least hitting something. 80% counter chance, pretty nice. Whenever Nest is damaged by an attack, she gains 30% critical chance and 40% bonus protection stacking. This bonus protection increases by an additional 40% each time. Both bonuses expire and reset at the end of her next turn. So that is cool. In addition, whenever an enemy loses a buff or debuff, Nest gains 2% critical damage and health steal stacking until the end of the encounter. Now, this is a really interesting character because I think what we're going to be seeing is a lot of synergy between her and the new Scoundrels. Personally, I have some ideas of where I would like to see her as to which teams I think she should be added, and specifically which tags I think she should be receiving. But you know, that's not my choice, and it's not up to me for sure. As I was going through, it wasn't super difficult to level her up, or I didn't notice anything that really kind of jumped out. She does only have one Zeta, and that is going to be on her fighting instinct. It's that additional part that, in addition, whenever an enemy loses a buff or debuff, Nest gains 2% critical damage plus health steal stacking until the end of the encounter. Now that's nice, right? Because based off just right off the bat, if you get her up to gear 12, she has 10% health steal. She does quite a bit of critical damage as it is. I have critical damage on her right now just because there's a lot of chance for her to do crits, and I wanted her to do some crit damage. Her base speed with gear 12 without mods or anything is 159, which is really freaking fast. Under, I think, a number of different leads, I think she could be very, very useful. I don't think that she'll necessarily be the best in, I don't know, raids. The design behind this was they wanted to create a PvP monster, someone who's really competitive in arena and has a high level of survivability. The fact that she gets health and protection back does increase that. They wanted her to be kind of a plug and play character. The best mods in my mind to put on her were critical damage, critical chance. She already has a high critical chance. Under a Kira lead, that's going to be even higher. Right now I've got this character here, the one that you saw in this video. Her speed is at 244, critical damage 211.5%, which is awesome. Her potency is 42, her tenacity is 42, her health steal is 10, but again, you know, that health steal becomes stacking, which is very nice. Physical damage 2,874, physical crit chance 42.3, armor penetration 229, physical accuracy is 0, which sucks. But there's special damage 2,229. This is a solid character, and they wanted to put something out there because right now this is one of those characters that it seems like it's going to be able to do well against kind of the meta right now, and I think that's what they've designed her for, because of the longevity, because of the effectiveness of her, because of the way she dispels on a basic attack, right? I think this character is going to be best for territory wars. This is going to be one of those tunes that you're going to want to she's going to be the wedge that opens up your opponent's defense. I think that if you're struggling with, you know, getting through that wall of Palpatines, that wall of CLSs, this is going to be the character that you send in to break it, right? This is going to be the character who really does a solid job at, you know, lowering that defense. And I think that's going to be a really important thing to remember. But I do think that there's a lot of opportunity for this character to really be that penetrating force that opens a hole in your player's defense, right? He lets the guard down and she dives in. I think this character is going to be a solid character. And, you know, when it's like all the other ones that have been coming out, it's going to have packs and crystals. I mean, it's going to have packs and bundles that you can buy. So you can unlock the character if you do all 3 levels of the marquee event, or if you do all the levels of the marquee event, you will be able to get her to 3-star. Then I think 4-star if you buy the pack. And then, you know, roll the dice and on your bundles, or vice versa. That being said, this is a character that if you are a dolphin, if you are a whale, you're going to invest in it anyways, most likely. If you are a dolphin or maybe an aggressive minnow, this might be one of the characters that you want to consider, depending on how well your scoundrel squad is. I do think that while Kira lead will be the best, while Kira lead will be the most effective, I think there's probably a number of other leads out there who will do well. Now, that being said, Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. What do you think of Enfys Nest? And how are you going to be using her, if at all? Is this a character you're interested in pursuing? Did you go after Kira? Do you value the Scoundrel squad? I think they're building up to something. I'm not entirely sure what. Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. And as always, my friends, stay nerdy.